Hi, I'm Lucas from Scribble Workshop. This video is the first in a series explaining how to build, draw, construct, scribe, We're going to be doing calligraphy. Let's just put it that way. We're going to use a simplified bookhand. This calligraphy hand is a simplified version of the humanist bookhand, which was developed in the 15th century in Italy. I've simplified it a little bit to make it more accessible to beginners, but then once you learn this, it'll be easy to get to the full version of it. To start, I'd like to discuss some of the tools you'll need. First, you'll need a ruler, you'll need a calligraphy pen, you'll need a pencil, and you'll need something to write on. Paper or cardstock or something like that works really well. For a calligraphy marker, I recommend this 2mm Elegant Writer calligraphy marker from Speedball, especially if you're just starting out. It's a lot easier to use. The first thing I want to talk about is angle. So you'll notice that the nib of your calligraphy marker is flat. This means that when you hold the pen at a constant angle, moving the pen along that angle will make the thinnest line possible, and moving perpendicular to that angle will make the thickest line possible. Most calligraphy styles start with the idea that you will have thick and thin lines composing the letters. For the simplified bookhand, this means that we'll try to always have the flat end of our pen at the same angle. No matter how we move the pen, we will always have the same angle, and that will give us thick and thin lines. We're going to try to stay between a 20 and 30 degree angle. So from the horizontal, we want to be somewhere between about 20 and about 30 degrees. Line spacing is important and can have a drastic effect on how your final product will look, whether it's open or closed looking. For this, we'll focus on a 4 nib width line spacing. This means drawing 4 parallel strokes that are barely touching each other. You can then measure how wide that is and draw lines that are spaced out that far apart. For this 2mm marker, that ends up being about 8 to 9 millimeters, or about 3/8 of an inch. What I'm going to do for this to show you is I'm going to draw the lines just on these 4 marks. Normally what I do is I would measure the line spacing on both sides of the page and then draw my lines. We're now going to focus on foundational strokes. Once you've completed and practiced each foundational stroke, you'll be able to put them together into each letter in the alphabet. The first foundational stroke is a vertical line. I recommend when you do these foundational strokes and practice them, that you do multiples of each just to get the hang of it. The second is a horizontal line. Then a thin diagonal, and then a thick diagonal. I actually recommend practicing your thin diagonal from top to bottom and from bottom to top. It's one of the few strokes that you can do both directions. The next is a bottom curve. Then a top curve. Then the curved vertical, which is the most common stroke in this hand. There's a variation of the curved vertical, which instead of doing the curves at both ends, there's a straight diagonal at the top, and then this normal curve at the bottom. I recommend that you practice these strokes a little bit every day. No more than 15 minutes each day, but even a couple of minutes each day will help you improve. The reason no more than 15 minutes is you'll start to get tired and you'll end up picking up bad habits when you're tired. So come back for the next video where we'll actually be making some letters. So this part is new to me, but I need your help to make this content. We need your help. We need patrons. So as in the Middle Ages we had patrons, we need patrons now so that we can continue being medieval and sharing this content with you. If you can contribute even for a month, it would help. So check out our Patreon and join us on this adventure. The other way you can support us is by checking out our website. We make historic tools and materials, everything from quills and ink to knives and chisels. If that's something that interests you, go check us out, maybe buy something. We'll see you in the next one.